Welcome to Experience Army Medicine Interviews. Our mission is to interview local medical professionals within the Army so they can detail their impact in medicine today.
My name is Kassandra Pellegrini. I am a 61 Hotel, which is a family medicine physician in the Army. Well, I wanted to be a doctor ever since I could remember. My mom's a dietitian, but all I saw was a white lab coat when I was little, right? So the classic look around in the lab coat and listen to my stuffed animals' heartbeats. And then as I went through undergrad, I was like, I want to go to med school still, but I need a way to pay for it. Ultimately, I did realize that it's more than just the money, right? You're going to be a doctor. You can afford to pay off loans if that's what you want to do. But I realized I was in the whole research and application process that I wanted to join the military. I wanted to do that service that I feel like everyone kind of should do if they're able to. And so I was like, serve my country, become a doctor, not have $1 billion student loans to pay off. It was a triple win for me. So HPSP will send you to a civilian school. They'll pay for up to 4 years of civilian school, as well as like your books and whatnot. You are in the reserves while you're there, and then you commission into active duty once you're done. And you have a slightly shorter active duty service obligation once you're done with medical school. Versus the Uniformed Services University, a lot of people call it like the West Point of medical school. So it is almost like a service academy, but it is Army, Air Force, Navy. Go to school in your uniform. You get to do some military exercises. If you join some of the clubs, you can rappel down the buildings at lunch, which was awesome. I mean, it's normal med school, but then you add on military medical history. So we went to Antietam and went on a march through some of the battlefields, and we had a historical reenactor lecturer, and we had our medical military history professor telling us about this is where the ambulances would be, and this is what the casualties were like. We had field exercises where we had to do mass cal events. As a fourth year, you would do the mass cal event, and then the first years would be in moulage, and they would be your casualties. And that event was amazing because then you really did realize how much you learned in the 4 years. Because the first year would be like, I have this. They'd be looking down at their cue card to tell you what was wrong with them. You'd be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I know what's wrong. I'll help fix you. And they'd be like, yes. It's not too much different most of the time from being a regular physician, I would imagine. I mean, sure, I wear a uniform on Sundays. Actually, I wear scrubs more often than not. The patient population can be a little different. I mean, we're about to PCS. What should I do? There's this thing called EFMP. I don't understand what that is. Or if you're actually seeing active duty patients, then doing things like periodic health assessments. But otherwise, I see patients, I prescribe medications, I write notes, I'm a doctor. Then you have other times, like coincidentally this week, where there's Mountain Medic being run by the installation. So it's mostly for the 68 Whiskey medics, and they're doing some of their skills tables, but they've also set up some cadaver labs for the physicians to get their skills. There's these things called ICTLs, individual critical task lists, and they're tasks that we need to be proficient in order to be able to deploy under our military specialty. And so I'll go to the cadaver lab and I'll put some interosseous lines in the cadavers. I'll do chest tubes. I will probably place some IVs either in willing medics or also in the cadavers, things like that. So normal day-to-day doctor stuff. Later this week, literally Thursday, I'm going to be sticking tubes in bodies. Next week, I have the range. Most of the time, normal doctor stuff, but you do get to do some cool military things as well. There are plenty of physicians who do their active duty service commitment and decide that staying in the military is not for them. But I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the patient population. I enjoy seeing a retiree and asking hey, were you airborne and that's why your hips are awful? Having that little extra bit of context, that cool military history, meeting the occasional World War II veteran. Those are the things that you can't really trade as being a physician outside. It is very nice to not have to worry about my patients being able to afford what I'm going to prescribe them. We still have to be fiscally responsible. I'm not going to throw an MRI at someone because they have the sniffles. But I don't have to worry about, oh gosh, you need this heart medication, but it's super expensive, so I'm going to give you the one that's less effective for you. I can just say, this is the effective medication. I'm going to prescribe it to you. Go pick it up downstairs. And that is so reassuring as a physician that I don't have to worry about my patients being unable to access their care. They can get their care. They don't have to worry about copays and all of that. They can just get what is medically indicated. And I would say that that is the biggest thing about being a military physician versus on the outside. I don't have to worry about insurance yet. I love the patients. I love seeing the old sergeants major who are like, don't call me sir. I love seeing the dependents who are confused about the system, and then I decode some of the acronyms, like, oh, and seeing that light bulb go off. I love seeing the kids that were like, I lived in Colorado yesterday, but I'm going to go to Germany tomorrow. And I love the patients. And I don't think you can get that spread of just variety in life circumstances anywhere else. Reach out to an Army physician if you can. The recruiters have information, but there's only so much they can tell you about your day-to-day and what the bread and butter. That's what we always recommend. Like, if you're looking for a job or even a specialty, find out what the bread and butter is of that specialty. Because if you can see yourself doing that every day, go for it and we'll help you. If you can't see yourself doing it every day, then choose something different, because you have to want to be here. You have to love these patients. You have to love this job to really succeed as an Army physician.
Thank you for listening in on our Experience Army Medicine interviews. We hope that these interviews help encourage your own path into a healthcare career. If you enjoyed the interview, please don't forget to like, follow, and share our content as we continue to dive deeper into Army medicine. Be all you can be Army medicine.